this year in the Philoil League, surprisingly, Bobby Ray Parks hasn't been a big name that comes up in conversations. Is he a less dominant player now? What does this mean for the team moving forward in the UAAP? Is he going to be the same player that we saw last season? Adrian, what do you think?
I think one thing that happened between the UAP season last year and now the Philoil is that when he joined the Southeast Asia Games team, he's surrounded by all these players. He had Slaughter,
basically the entire
Ravenna, all these other guys. And he learned, it's actually fun to pass the ball. Okay? Because now he has all these options. Oh, I can dish it off here. I don't need to take 20 shots a game. And part of that has carried over to his stint right now with NU. Embe's more involved. He has guys like Mark de Guzman on the wing. Jello Alalino, his point guard, has improved. So now he sort of gets it that, people try to guard me. They double team me, they triple team me because I am a force of nature, basically. And if I pass the ball to the open man, they're going to get an easy shot. And that has really helped elevate his game in that aspect. He's only scoring 16 points per game. It's down from his 20 in the UAP, but his assists are up. And that actually makes him a better player overall.
Well, I think pagdating ng UAP, Parks will still dominate. Pero the real question is, mananalo ba sila? And with Mark de Guzman and Embe, pwede nga sila maging big three. Pero hindi pa lang masyado kilala si Mark de Guzman. But he was my teammate before and may potential siya talaga. So ayun. We'll see kung mananalo na bang NU with those two new with Mark de Guzman
and Emmanuel Embe.
In the year they're hosting.
The thing is, last year he didn't have that many. He was basically it. NU,
right.
Bobby Ray Parks.
Yeah.
It equates to each other.
Same thing.
This year is different. He has new players. He not only, you could say that yes, he learned how to pass in SEA Games, but at the same time, he has players to pass to this season. So it's a totally different ballgame. He will dominate in terms of stats, I think. He may not have moments this Philoil, but it's preseason, and I think great athletes would always step up when they need to step up.
I think that's really it, that you have other people to pass to, that you have a system that works and a team that's mostly sophomores and rookies and go undefeated so far in the Philoil League. Na before, when you could double team, triple team Bobby Ray Parks, now you have to worry about Mark de Guzman on the wing. You have to worry about Jello Alolino distributing. You have to worry about not just about Embe, but their other forwards, si Javillonar and Villamor, are able to hustle and still get those points inside. So even if he doesn't dominate or isn't the man, he can take all the long twos he wants, even if he's really good at it. You'll still have other people to be able to complement that team.
Another thing you have to point out is that they did get 8-0, but their competition level kind of low. The Group B in Philoil is not as strong.
So who are the teams
you basically are playing against the likes of Lyceum, Arellano, a Weekend Adamson team. Their really big opposition was FEU and San Sebastian. So when you take that into consideration, Bobby Ray Parks is basically out of the game once it's the end of the third quarter. He's sitting down, he's ordering shawmai from the vendor. It's basically, he's good. He's very good. He can take a rest, and his numbers obviously will reflect that. He's no longer playing 35 minutes a game.
He's not playing 35 minutes a game, but if you look at his field goal, it's still 44%. And no matter what, he still does his job, and he's very efficient doing his job. And he doesn't need to dominate in terms of being like, wow, I'm here. He helps out when he needs to. He does his job. It's perfect.
I think taking that into consideration, putting it in perspective, the preseason has shown us what NU can be. Now playing against practice cones, like teams like Lyceum, they're still they can be good. They can be good. It's another thing. Okay lang, di na kayo Pero against, it doesn't get any easier from here in the semifinals. They're against
UST. Who was a Final Four team in the UAP last season. They're basically intact. So that's the first big test for them. Can they defeat this team, which they might have to go up against in the standings come the UAP?
After that, it's either Ateneo or FEU, am I right?
And that's another UAP team test.
And on the other side of the bracket, it's safe to say, like siguro 80-90% chance San Beda comes out of it. If NU's still standing and they do well there, then maybe we can say that, hey, Bobby Ray Parks doesn't need to dominate anymore. It's a big if.
Isa pang factor is how will Ray Parks play in their new home court sa MOA. So I think that's a big thing, and parang before Ateneo sanay maglaro sa Araneta. Every time they play against whoever, palaging. So
before we go, better than LeBron?
Definitely.
Okay.